Hello team, and welcome to our final announcement of the year. It is the championship award announcement. Super excited about this today. Spent tons of time pouring over all kinds of information, right? I got all kinds of standings and all the different things. And I just really want to celebrate everyone that participated. Okay, first off, I was blown away with the results. Everybody who came through for the secondary scans had amazing results. We had a lot of people had very consistent results too, things that we could sustain going into the future. So it wasn't like you did crazy things during the challenge that you're not going to be able to keep up in the future weeks. It was stuff that made small changes that you could see, wow, I can keep this change in my life and I can actually continue to work towards my goals versus having a big challenge crash and then afterwards falling apart, right? So hopefully you've been able to keep the last week. I mean, you probably had a little bit of a celebration, right? But hopefully we're back on track and we're going to keep losing some pounds and changing our body fat percentage composition and all that stuff. And then, as I mentioned to a lot of people, we'll bring the scanner back in maybe September and get a rescan and kind of just see what kind of progress we're making, right? Not a whole challenge, just a scan in September and then again around Christmas time, New Year's, that kind of stuff. First off, teams, right on. So we had a lot of great effort from a lot of teams. Most of the teams did pretty well and put some effort into getting some things out. We had some individual major pieces that people earned some extra points for their teams, that kind of thing. We're sweaty and we know it. And Dream Chasers fought valiantly, but there was one team that really dominated from the beginning, and they happened to be first or tied for first every single week in the weekly challenges, and that was Team Fit Force. So congratulations to Team Fit Force on the #1 win as a team. That got your team the most points. So each member of the team got the most points in that column in my standings route, and that was worth a quarter of the total points. So we reduced it down to 10, so it was out of 10 points and adjusted from there. Okay, so next, we move into the individual portion. So I tallied up all the points of all the people that submitted their scores. If you didn't submit them, I obviously couldn't tally your scores, so you got to make sure you do that next time. We created a ranking system from top to bottom based on who had the most points. And from there, again, I reduced those points down to 10, so it would equal a quarter of our points. First place person got 10, and then we got a percentage from there going down based on how many points you got as a percentage of what the top person got, okay? I'm not going to list those yet, right? That's going to add into, you'll see it in the standings. So 4 data points. We had team points, we had individual points, and then there was our results points, okay? So half of it came from participation, and the other half came from results. We felt like that was the fairest way to do it, and I think that that is the best way to go. Results. Okay, so I split it into male and female results. So you were only measured against your contemporaries in terms of how many points you got for these things, because there is differences between males and females physiologically. I don't know if you knew that, but there is. So on the male side, if I go for body fat percentage loss, our top 5, I'm going to look at my results here and read them out to you. We have Tyga at 23.5% of his body fat percentage he lost. That is a massive amount, right? Ben in second place at 15.4%. Joe Cross at 13.9%. Morteza Ramazanefard, I know there's 2 of you, so I got to say that last name, 10.4%. And Kenneth Levezarez, Kenneth, he got 9.4% of his body fat loss, right? So that means if you were at 30 and you went down to 27, that was a 3-point loss. That's 10%. Okay, so that's the way I math that out. So those guys, and then onwards all the way down the list, got points in the top 10. So Tyga got 10 points for getting first. The person who got 10th place would have gotten 1 point for getting 10th. Okay. On the ladies' side, we had Michelle Hayward at 14.7% in first place. Laura Fuentes Cobain at 8.9%. Cindy Howard was at 7.5%. Melanie McDonald at 5.9%. And in 5th place, Masuma Varani was at 5.5%. Again, same thing. 10 points for first place, 1 point for 10th place, and on from there. Okay. On the male side, for the weight loss as a percentage. So that's how I worked out the points here. Again, we went top 10, got points. If you were the top scorer in this, you got 10 points. If you were the 10th place, you got 1 point, and everything in between. And we did it as a percentage of the weight loss. So rather than total amount of weight, right? Because a larger person is going to have an easier time at losing the amount of weight and stuff like that. So that equals the playing field for everyone. And what that ends up with is Shashi Nayak lost 5.4% of his body fat, of his total weight. Taiga lost 4.3%, Saud lost 3.66%, Joe Cross lost 3.12%, and Brian Sales lost 2.79% of his total body weight. You could talk to those people if you want to find out how much weight that actually was. Like I said, a lot of these results were really good. We had a lot of people lose like a pound a week over the challenge, which is a very good amount. It's a very safe amount. We're not looking to lose 15, 20 pounds in 6 weeks. A pound a week is a great number. On the ladies' side, Laura was again up near the top. In the top score, 5.68% of her body weight was lost. Pooja, 4.9%. Sobaya, 4.87%. Cindy at 4.7%, and Sepida at 4.16%. So that's our top 5. So again, top 10 got scores on those. When I go to the total, so we had 4 columns, like I said. We had the percentage of body fat loss, the percentage of body weight loss, your individual points, and your team points. Okay, in first place for the men and women with 35 points out of 40, they tied for first, is Cindy Howard and Taiga Komiyami. Okay, congratulations, guys. Awesome job. Very close behind them, we had Laura Fuentes-Cobain and Shashi on the ladies and men. So Laura finished in 3rd, Shashi was in 4th. We kept everybody kind of male and female there, right? So as I look at these here, you're going to be able to see the scores. You could pause this and take a look if you want. I slide it across. There's our percentage points. There's our indie points. There's your team points. And there's your total points. Pause the video, take a look at that stuff if you want to see it, right? So congratulations to all the winners. Sorry this video is getting so long, guys. I'm stoked about the results, and I wish that I could be there to talk to each of you individually again, but I'm in the gym Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come by, let's see. I wanted to give one more shout out here, okay? We talk about how it's 6 weeks, the challenge, and the whole year is 52 weeks. It's a big, long, like I can't even fit it on the screen, right? Huge amount of time. So there's 46 other weeks of the year. A lot of times in these challenges, I see people make some results, and then the next year when they come back, so they lose some body fat percentage, and then the next year they come back and they're back at the same spot. Shout out to Peter Showman, okay? Last year he came in, he did the challenge, he did the beginning and end. This year he missed the challenge, he didn't do the beginning, he didn't do the challenge part. But when he came in at the end and did the testing again, from the end of last year's challenge to the end of this year's challenge, Peter lost 17.3% of his body fat percentage, and he lost 11.7% of his body weight. Now those are like percentage numbers, hard to tell. He lost 32 pounds from last year's challenge to this year's challenge. So he was putting in the work in the off season, we'll call it, right? And he lost a ton of weight over that time, and I'm super proud of everyone, but of Peter for that work. So next year, another shout out coming, prizes, whatever it is, we'll figure out something for who can make the biggest change from the end of this challenge to the beginning of next challenge, because that's the bigger part of the year. We got to make it a lifestyle, not just a 6-week thing we do once a year and then we kind of fade off and let ourselves slip the rest of the year. It's got to be a 52-week-a-year thing. Obviously, there's going to be cheat days or vacations or whatever, and that's totally cool, but we want to make sure that it's a lifestyle. It's not just a 6-week challenge every year, okay? Congrats to everybody everywhere that participated. I'm at the gym all the time. If you have any questions, I'm on Teams right now. Shoot me those questions. Drop a comment below in this thing. Whatever, look me up on socials. Give me a call. We'll figure it all out. I'm always here to chat with you guys. Congrats again. Have a great year, and can't wait to see you all.